The review for the Voltron 25th anniversary Voltron Lion Force collector set, metallic version. This one came, being the metallic version, came in a very, very nice box. I actually wanted, one of the few times I actually wanted to save the packaging, but I mean, you can see it's got this nice metallic foil Voltron silhouette. It has a carry handle, and interestingly enough, ages 15 and up. Now, why do you suppose that would be? It is nice, you know, he's got some pictures around the perimeter of the box, but that's what you get. A very nice box, and here's what you get. Now, I have a die-cast Voltron. It's back stored in my mom's basement at the moment, but I love that thing. Although started some bad things happened to it. First off, I lost all of the lion weapons, and then he fell off a shelf and broke one of his wings, and then the final nail in the coffin was this little rat bastard we were babysitting broke the sword. So recently I decided I needed a new Voltron, and so here I got one. And I'm of a very mixed opinion on it. First off, they're all plastic, full plastic construction. Like I said, the original one had die cast, and the lions had their own weapons. The lions don't have their own weapons with this one. The legs aren't chromed either. The red, green, and black lions feel significantly smaller. Strangely enough, the yellow and blue lions not so much. But even things like, the cannons on the backs of the blue and yellow lions don't move. Like the side panels on the yellow lion head don't move. The head on the blue lion doesn't raise up or anything. So yeah, they sacrificed a lot of things. And on the black line, the wings are proportionally smaller and thinner as well. I mean, they're not just downsized with the figure; they're actually proportioned different. The legs on all of them as well are longer and thinner than they were in the original die-cast version. The blue and yellow lions sort of have like an arched back, and their heads can go much lower than they could with the original die-cast. I like picking up the blue lion. The blue lion's always been one of my favorites, even though it looks kind of more like a wolf to me, but whatever. Some of the other changes is like the blue and yellow lions don't have spring-loaded jaws anymore, and the red and green lions don't have launching heads, and they don't have the keels on their backs anymore, I've noticed. But I mean, on the other hand, the feet look actually quite a bit better. The spacing between the claws is wider, and so they look more like individual claws than just like a block with some lines cut through it, which is nice. So the individual lions overall, I really don't like as much as the die cast, but seeing as this is Voltron, we'd best combine them, so I like to start with the feet first. Transformation is mostly the same as an original Voltron. You just, on the legs, you just lift them, fold up the arms, or I guess the front legs anyway, and just fold them like that, fold in the back legs. And then instead of folding down, here's one of the changes. The tails on all of the limb lions are going to retract into the body. So originally they folded onto the back, and then the arm lions had theirs fold in and become the shoulder connectors. But the plastic on these, I don't normally have a problem with pure plastic figures, but it just feels really cheap and brittle, hence it being a collector set rated at ages 15 plus, because you would not give this to a kid to play with. They would break it in an instant. Green and red lions, you're gonna just kind of push the legs in, try and get them flush with the body, and then retract the tail, and then take the connector from the ass end, and that just folds down and around. Excuse me. The other thing is, with my red lion especially, the arms, they're on ratchet joints, and they don't really click flush with the body. So, yeah. It seems like they saved money and then marketed it as a collector's item and charged you more for it because of that. So, and there's actually even a warning with the leg lions to be careful when you fold up the lion legs, because you might scratch the paint. It's like, oh, joy. Black lion, you're going to fold down the legs and straighten them out. Fold the arms back around and then push them in, and that'll actually click him into his chest, which is nice because you actually get a lot more posability out of the black lion, because he can sort of move his arms all around, or his front legs. Open these panels and then just fold in the front legs and fold it back up. You're going to fold the wings up on his back, open them out, split them to form kind of the V, and then open the mouth, push the face down, and then open out the horns. And then fold up the tail. The only tail that's done the same way. So yeah, to combine them, you just slide them down in, and then there's a release latch on the backs of their legs. Blue is right leg, yellow is left, red is right arm, green is left, and you have Voltron in his combined mode. Like I said, he feels cheap. He doesn't feel as good as the original diecast one. But where he absolutely kicks the crap out of the original one, what makes him a good display piece is articulation is so much better. He actually has a click of knee motion. The lion heads can rotate, so he can kind of get into like leaning poses. The elbows can swivel around, and so you can bend his elbows in any direction. He has full wrist swivels, which you kind of had with the original diecast, but you had to eject the lion head and insert it at a different angle, basically. He has forward ratcheting hips, but also he has basically ball-jointed hips, so he can move all around. He has swiveling hips, or swiveling thighs, I should say. His head moves around, so way better articulation. And he does also come with the shield and the sword, which he can hold in his hands, but they have pegs on the handles that go into holes in the top jaws of his lions. So the sword's proportionally bigger as well, I think. But I recommend him if you really, really like Voltron and want a good articulated showpiece. 25th anniversary Voltron.